Three guys are walking through the woods when they find a lamp. One of them picks it up, rubs it, and out pops a genie. It booms. "You've finally freed me after all these years, so I'll grant each of you 3 wishes. The first guy immediately blurts out, "I want $1 billion. Poof. He's holding a printout that shows his account balance is now, in fact, £1,000,003,000. The second man thinks for a bit, then says, "I want to be the richest man alive." Poof. He's holding papers showing his net worth is now well over 100 billion. The third guy thinks even longer about his wish, then says, "I want my left arm to rotate clockwise for the rest of my life." Poof. His arm starts rotating. The genie tells them it's time for their second wish. The first guy says, "I want to be married to the most beautiful woman on earth." Poof. A stunning beauty wraps herself around his arm. Second guy says, "I want to be good looking and charismatic so I can have every girl I want." Poof. His looks change and the first guy's wife immediately starts flirting with him. Third guy says, "I want my right arm to rotate counterclockwise until I die." Poof. Now both his arms are rotating in opposite directions. The genie tells them to think very, very carefully about their third wish. First guy does, and after a while says, "I never want to become sick or injured. I want to stay healthy until I die." Poof. His complexion improves, his acne is gone, and his knees don't bother him anymore. Second guy says, "I never want to grow old. I want to stay 29 forever." Poof, he looks younger already. Third guy smiles triumphantly and says, "My last wish is for my head to nod back and forth." Poof, he's now nodding his head and still flailing his arms around. The genie wishes them good luck, disappears, and the men go on their separate ways. Many years later, they meet again and they chat about how things have been going for them. First guy is ecstatic. "I've invested the money and multiplied it many times over, so me and my family will be among the richest people forever. My wife is a freak in the sheets and I've never gotten so much as a cold in all of these years." Second guy smiles and says, "Well, I built charities worldwide with a fraction of my wealth. I'm still the richest guy alive, and I'm also revered for my good deeds. I haven't aged a day since we last met, and yes, your wife is pretty wild in bed." Third guy walks in, flailing his arms around and nodding his head, and says, "Guys, I think I fucked up." Yes. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, right. Sorry.
All right. Cool. It's a bit shorter, but we'll crack on with it. Right. An elderly gentleman goes to his doctor for a physical, checked his blood work, heart, lungs, everything looked great. The doctor said there's one more test to do though. He needed the man to go and collect a sperm sample in a jar to see how his reproductive health is. The old man says, "No problem," with a smile. The next morning, the man returns and the doctor greets him. He hands the doctor an empty jar and the doctor goes, "What happened?" The old man says, "Well, you see, I came home and first I tried with my right hand and then I tried with my left hand and then I tried with both hands and still nothing. So I asked my wife to help. She tried with her right hand and then she tried with her left hand and then both and still nothing. And then she tried with her mouth. First her teeth in and then her teeth out. Still nothing. We decided to call over our neighbour, lovely young woman. She helps us out time to time here and there. She said she'd come over to help, so I asked her. And she tried a bit with her right hand, tried a bit with her left, then with both. And then she tried with her mouth, first with her teeth in, and then, I don't know why she has this at her age, she tried it with her teeth out. She even stuck it between her knees. The doctor said, whoa. You asked your neighbour? The old man goes, "Yeah, none of us could get the jar open." Yeah.
Oh,
family friendly at the end, isn't it?
Mind out of the gutter. All right. A crowd of people rushed to a pond where the mother of the child who accidentally fell into the pond started calling for help, but none of them was willing to jump into the ice-cold water to save the child. Suddenly, a man jumped, fell close to the child. The child grabbed his shirt and the man frantically managed to get to the other end along with the child. Everyone cheered the man and wanted to have a photograph with him and get his autograph. "We can have a photograph later," shrieked the man. "Let me first find out that motherfucker who pushed me into the pond."
I got a couple shorter ones, yeah? All right. Two guys are walking down the street when they see a dog licking his balls. One guy says, "Gah, I wish I could do that." The other one says, "Well, maybe try petting him first."
I like that one. Man gets home, tells wife, "Get me a beer before it starts." He drinks it and then says, "Quick, get me another before it starts." Again, she gets a drink for him. And he says, another before it starts. She says, listen here, you lazy fat cunt. You walk in, sit down and start barking orders. He says, fuck me, it started. Oh, that one tickled. Savage.
Oh, man. All right. A guy goes to the doctor after the examination. The doctor says, sir, you have a piece of lettuce protruding from your ass. The guy responds to the doc, yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay. All right.
It was Ron's first vacation to Spain. On the first day, he walked along the streets looking for local delicacies. I'm going to start that again. It was Ron's first vacation to Spain. On the first day, he walked along the streets looking for local delicacies. He saw this pub crowded full of patrons and thought the food there would be good. He finally got a seat and asked for the menu. Since he couldn't read Spanish, he just looked around and saw a guy next to him wolfing down a plate of roasted meat. He signalled the waiter and gestured that he too wants what the other guy's having. In halting English, the waiter said, Senor, that is bull's testicle. We have bullfighting in the ring behind us, and after the match, we serve the bull's testicle. Unfortunately, the last match of the day is over, and that's the last serving. Ron found out that the next match is 2 days later and vowed that he would savour the dish the next time. He waited anxiously for 2 days and finally returned to the pub and ordered the testicles. When the food is served, he saw what was on the plate was 2 miserable, shrunken pieces of meat hardly resembling the luscious portions he saw earlier. Angrily, he called the waiter and complained, hey, even though I'm a tourist here, you can't cheat me out of my money. What you're serving me today is hardly what I saw and asked for before. But you don't understand, senor. The bull won today.
I fucking got a few more. I got a lot of doctor ones. This is a classic though, Sean, yeah?
Okay.
A guy goes in for a prostate check. The doctor says, all right, Phil, try not to get a boner. The guy says, Phil? My name isn't Phil. The doctor says, I know, it's mine.
Thomas is 32 years old and he's still single. One day a friend asked, why aren't you married? Can't you find a woman who would be a good wife? Thomas replied, actually, I found many women I wanted to marry, but when I bring them home to meet my parents, my mother just doesn't like them. His friend thinks for a moment and says, I've got the perfect solution. Just find a girl who's just like your mother. A few months later, they meet again and his friend says, did you find a perfect girl? Did your mother like her? With a frown on his face, Thomas answers, yeah, I found the perfect girl. She was just like my mother. You were right. My mother liked her so very much. The friend said, then what's the problem? Thomas replied, my father doesn't like her.
Oh, fuck it.
Are you serious?
Oh, man. Welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Sean.
What's going on, Sean, man? Oh, man, I love that. I had a few more in the tank, but I thought, you know what? We've got to finish that on a high. That was a good one.
Save that for next time.
Save them for next time. I've got some observational ones as well, which are quite good, which I'll throw out. Similar to the insult vibes. Do you know what I mean?
I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, we should bring that back.
Yes, definitely.
Because we are going to do some longer clips and stuff like that. Shout out to those that are enjoying all of our clips over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and what's the other one? Twitter? What's the other one? What's the other one that we got there? Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X. That's it, X. Yeah. No, see, I said Twitter and instead it's X. There you go. Anyway, this is the show where Sean and I scour the internet to discuss ways that we have been killing time. Obviously, we've done the jokes bit. That's how we've been killing some time this week. It's fast becoming some of my favourite research that I do throughout the week. Just sitting there looking for dirty jokes. I feel like I've gone to a lot of doctor ones this week, and you've gone for some great stories this week.
What I find is that I've got to do it in patches.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to. What happens if you try and read 150 jokes? You start to become immune.
Joke numb.
You
become joke numb.
You become joke numb.
Yeah.
I like it.
So do you have a little peruse and go like, oh, I'll take that one, and then you're like, that's enough for now. When you have a disciplined adult who's like, I'll have one measure of whiskey. That's enough for now. Look forward to next week.
Maybe TMI, but it might be a bit of toilet reading, a bit of toilet research.
Hey, listen. I find it a bit weird when people are like, I would never, because I kind of don't agree. I don't believe that people would never even look at their phone once we're in the loo. Come on. For years, all we've done is read on the toilet. Why would you not go to the invaluable, infinite source of information that is a screen in front of you.
I've never heard anyone say this before. Who are these non-looking at their phone toilet people?
You ever met someone who's adamant that they are the cleanest person alive? Like the person goes, "Oh, I'm a bit OCD, me," you know. Shout out to my Northerners. I don't know why I put on a like. I'm a bit OCD, me. You're OCD, really? So you are you're clean to the point it destroys your life. You've lost your job, your family, and your house because you are so obsessed with the way that things are organised. No, I just like to do my laundry. No, that don't count, bruv. That don't count. So some people like that, they insist that they're the cleanest at everything. So like, I don't know, like, you know, like, no one's cleaner than me.
I suppose I've just never, not that it's like comes up in daily conversation, but I just never heard anyone being like, "Oh, I wouldn't be on my phone when I'm on the loo."
Listen,
so if I'm trying to, brother, I'm so bad at responding back to messages and stuff that like I have to, you know, pick points in the day where I'm like, "Oh, this is a good time. Let me."
Yeah. Are you kind of telling me that when you message me back, there's a high likelihood that you're
99% of the time
curling one off?
Yeah, but most.
All right. Well, I know how to like. If I reply quickly to your response, then I'll be like, "Have a good shit." Have you ever? My one is when you're messaging a mate, or at uni there was a couple of mates like, and I think it was like texting time or whatever, but we talk or we're in the same flats or whatever, and we'd be like, "Oh, how's it going?" Like catch up in like the common area. Yeah, man. And you know how guys are in it. You know, we had a few drinks last night. Friggin' hell, mate. In my room, chemical warfare, mate. And then like you go, "What? Did you just?" Yeah. Well, I just. What? Are we on the same shit time? You get me? And obviously, like ignorant little like late teens we were like, you know how like women like sometimes their cycles align. Do you think our poo poo cycles align? And not realizing that we eat at the same time, drink at the same time, live together. That is the reason why we're people like, yo, bruv, it's magic, man.
No, I'm gonna say a lot of it comes down to that, but I still think that you can eat and drink at the same time as someone else, and some people go in the morning, some people go at night, some people are regular. Some people not so much.
Can I ask you? Do you mind sharing that with our constituency?
I'm regular. If everything's going okay, morning.
You're a morning man. Are you like bit of coffee and then whatever happens, you're down there, or are you just morning?
Yeah, more like that.
Yeah. I'm like morning coffee, and a perfect day for me. Get up, have an espresso. Yeah. And then
gets everything moving,
and then you feel like I've lost the anxiety for the day. Where you know could be anxiety, like if you got an important day, like especially if I'm on a shoot, like what if I need to poop at 2:00, like really badly, and I need to learn some lines at the same time? I can't do that, bro. I can't learn lines when I don't need to poop. Do you know what I mean? So it takes the anxiety away from the day. Yeah. Poop anxiety, which I think is a real thing.
It's another thing. I wasn't even really. Not that I wasn't aware of it, because I am aware of it. Yeah. Especially if you've got to go and like you've got to go out and you're not going to be in near a toilet for a number of hours, and you're like, come on, buddy. Yeah. Like, can we? Because we got stuff to do. Can we? Yeah.
Can we just get this out? Yeah. And then you can't force it. You really can't force it, can you? It
doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Your body will let you know when it's.
Yeah. I've been caught short a couple of times, and I'm lucky. Luckily, when I've been caught, I've been young enough, firm enough, and tweet enough in the right places to keep it in till I get to a safe.
I was wondering where you were going with it.
So I get to a safe place. I guess on that note, Sean, is where we step into the part of the show where we discuss how we've been killing time recently.
Indeedy.
We alluded to it during our last record. Do you want to tell us how you've been killing time recently? You recently back in the country?
Yes, indeedy. I've been away for. It's a short trip. It was only 4 days, but it didn't like 4 days doesn't sound a lot, but it was like a really nice trip. Yeah. So I went to Andorra, which I wasn't aware was in between Spain and France before I went. So I did to my extremely poor geography.
Bro.
Yeah. We're in the same.
I don't remember any geography lessons from school. We went to the same school. I don't remember them hitting us hard.
History was interesting.
Yeah.
Geography, I just remember them telling us that in Japan they have like skyscrapers which like move with earthquakes. That's about the extent of my.
And there's like 7 layers of earth. Sediment's one of them. Don't remember the other 6.
Plates move and
tectonic plates.
Tectonic.
I almost picked that as a DJ name. DJ Tectonic.
That's not bad.
Yeah, man. You sort of that sounds sick, you know, Tectonic.
Wait, when I'm trying to think back, how were you like? When did Bronzy come about? 13, 14?
Yeah, it was definitely when we was at school. Definitely year. What's year 8? 12?
Ooh, 12.
12, yeah. Insider.
Oh, you know what's mad? Oh, yeah, I was walking down the road the other day, and then your first ever bars, Bronzy bars, came into my head, and I was like,
you know, a lot. Weirdly enough, Manga from Roll Deep messaged me the other day saying, "What, MC Bronzy? Yeah, what, you used to be like a proper MC." I was like, I don't know about proper, but I tried. Someone else messaged me saying that they remembered the MC and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. You've brought this up now. Should I make a comeback? No. Yeah, yeah, cool.
No, but there's still certain. There was.
Don't embarrass me. Oh.
No. What I was gonna say was.
Don't say the bars.
It's like lyrics still stick in my head. So like Jackal's bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's
shout out to our guy Jackal, MC Jackal.
Even like some of Eddie X's bars, I still
Eddie X.
remember.
Yeah.
Even Dexter from back in the day.
He had bars.
He had bars.
He was quite a good freestyler, you know.
I rated his bars.
He was a good battle MC.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of guys lined up to like try and battle him, and he absolutely took them apart.
Yep.
Some good MCs.
Big
and
up Dexter.
They were guys that probably were like the kind of guys to thump you up if you murked them, but he managed to get away with murking them and not getting thumped up. So big up
on both
fronts. Yeah, shout out to them for being mature, for getting absolutely slaughtered. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's funny thinking about that. Yeah, we had good times back then. I felt like there was a time when we were growing up when everyone was a DJ or a MC.
It was our group, innit?
Yeah.
It was very much our group. We would go to Uptown Records, Black Market Records, meet up with Cameo, go and listen to some vinyls, see what we're going to add to our collection and that.
Yeah, man.
And then we're all writing, you know, I wrote bars.
Everybody had bars.
Everyone had bars.
Everyone had bars, or everyone had at least a hot 16 in it. Everyone had a 16 in the chamber, 16 bars at any point. Because there was a time when someone would just come up to the camera and be like, "Have you got any bars?" And you had to come with something, innit? Because if you didn't, it'd be like, come on, man.
But we would like go places and we would like, people would, or we'd press certain people in it to drop, to like, I'll be like, yo, let's spit some bars.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah. And there was that when we were making, this is a real throwback. When we was making the DVD, the grime DVD that went out, right? That we could go out with the camera and just walk around the ends, see someone and be like, spit some bars. And there was a time when everyone had it.
Yeah.
There was like a guy on the bus that was like really quiet, like really intelligent, quiet guy from another school. But I think we did some school crossover thing where he was like really cool but quiet. Flipping, we throw the camera on, he's on the bus. He's like, "Have you got any bars?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, let me think." And then he just like goes, we're like, "Whoa!" He's like 10 minutes of spitting. We're like, "Whoa, okay." It's good times, man. Good times in music, man. Good times. How did we get there from asking how we good time?
I don't know.
How did we get there?
I don't know. I digress. I started asking you about when Bronzy came into effect.
Yeah, that's it. And before that, I was talking about
tectonic. That's how you got. You said you potentially were gonna call yourself DJ Tectonic.
I'm so glad I didn't.
I like Bronzy.
Do you know when Tectonic's moving the plates? That's what I was suddenly thinking. Yeah, listen. So one thing I learned is don't try and be too smart with your name in it. Just make it a name that is because it is in it. You get me?
Fair play.
When you look at artist names now, I'm not going to mention any because I can go on forever. But look at one of your favorite artists and take their name out of context and pop it on a page. Most of the time, it's like, what? Like, this makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, don't try and be too clever.
Don't do Tectonic.
Yeah. But yeah,
Andorra,
bruv. Andorra, amazing, absolutely amazing. I can't. Like we drove from Barcelona. It was about a 3-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, my bag got lost. My skiing bag got lost, so it was an 8-hour wait. Finally got it.
May I ask you, Sean? Did you know where it got lost? Did you know where it was?
No, I think they just put it on the wrong flight or something. So, and then they were saying, "Oh, it's going to be on this flight," and then waiting in the airport. And the next flight came, no bag, and then I went back, and then we had. It was long. Wow. It was long. It was because all of my equipment was in there. Well, most of my skis and all of my garms and stuff were in there. And so I was speaking to the airlines, being like, I'm going to go and buy all new stuff, and you need to reimburse me in it, kind of thing. And like they were like, not exactly how. I was like, listen.
You were there like, listen.
But anyway, the stuff came. Anyway, but I drove. It was about a 3-hour drive from Barcelona. The whole Andorra, clean, just really like picturesque to look at. And then you kind of drive up into the mountains. We also stayed in a place called Aronsal.
Aronsal.
Man,
cool.
just everything within, like we got really nice little Airbnb, but all the places around that you're walking, it's like 7-minute walk, and you've got restaurants and bars, but it's just all just really picturesque and quiet. Walk down to the chairlift, it's like 1-minute walk. Didn't queue for one lift the whole time, not once. Like just ski down into lift, on this lift, like. Honestly, amazing. You
found the sweet spot. No holidays. Was there there must be no school holidays going on when you were away, maybe?
There were no school holidays, but like there was still quite a lot of English, like British, because I heard Scottish, Northern Irish, obviously a fair amount of Spanish, a few Portuguese, but it just wasn't really busy. It just wasn't that busy, and second day was treacherous. It was snowing. Like I was worried that it was going to be like no snow. And there was all the snow.
Okay.
Like,
was it good? Was it good powder? This is me using skiing words, by the way. Was the powder powdering?
Oh, yeah, the powder was powdery.
Okay.
It was powdery, but like the second day was treacherous. Way like there were points where you couldn't see more than about 5 meters in front of you.
Okay.
So and you can't see the conditions, so you're literally having to react to any bumps, undulations, all that kind of stuff. But
it's undulations. I was going to suggest or even ask, maybe was that a day that you didn't ski? But from the sounds of things, you just said, "Fuck it."
Bruv, skiing for 3 days. I'm skiing for 3 days, and unless they say, nah, they're closed, innit? Because they did on the second day. They closed off. During the day they closed off like certain lifts, and you could only go on certain ones. They closed certain runs and stuff like that, so everyone was going down on like but I highly recommend it. Like cheap, beautiful, even if you go in the summer, like you could probably go hiking, and that must be still like really picturesque. So
quite nice. Was it warmer than Canada?
Everywhere's warmer than Canada. Spotting my Whistler, my Canada Whistler top today,
see
bro.
The Whistler top. Go on, lift it up for the camera a bit. Go on, Sean. There you go. Yeah.
It was around zero. Like it was zero. Sometimes it was like 2 degrees. Sometimes it was like -1, which by the time you're apart from when it's snowing and your like arms are getting wet and that, then it's a bit different. But on the last day, man, it was. Like you had your jacket open, it was too warm. It was too warm.
It was too warm. You're sweating like, it needs to cool down a bit.
Sweat down, yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man. Did you take the hand warmers things that you spoke about on the pod before?
Of course, man. I realize as well now, even when I'm not cold, I put them on for like comfort in my pockets.
Oh, so it's like a hug on your hands. It's like they're holding your hands.
Oh, oi.
Wow.
I feel like we need to probably make hand wars, and that should be our tagline.
What
you just said?
What did I just say?
Something like
it's memorable, yeah. I love how memorable it is. Something about holding hands.
I liked it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, is that Nike saying's good, isn't it? Whatever, just do it now, whatever it is. Make it happen. Make it so. Yeah, what did I say? It's like holding your hands.
It's like they're holding your hands or something like that.
It's like we're holding your hands.
I'll see, something like that.
Yeah. I think maybe we'll skip that business. I haven't been skiing this week, Sean.
What have you been in?
From one extreme sport to another. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you will be seeing some visuals. Sean,
what?
I am happy to present to you.
What extreme sports have you been doing?
From the people, Sean. And we're going to put it on screen. I've done it like Star Trek. From the people that brought us, Sean. From the lovely people that brought us Car-Jistu. Yeah. We have got from PLN, the Pro League Network, a brand new sport. And that sport is called, Sean.
Why is there so much suspense?
UTW. And that stands for Ultimate Tire Wrestling. Come on.
What is...
This is Ultimate Tire Wrestling, UTW.
Ultimate Tire Wrestling is the next big success for PLN.
Next big success.
Yes. So, Sean, what's going on? Can we explain what's going on right here now?
How do you win?
So there is
simple.
2 big tractor tires, and there is only a small space around it. The mat is quite small, and they are wrestling each other and trying to throw the other one inside the tires.
Yeah, and I think they've got actual points in here. So if somebody's in the hole but not all the way through it for a certain amount of time, you gain points on the other person. So it's technical. So we see
it's not like a no points and then a knockout if you dash them in it.
I feel like we weren't listening properly, but I feel like it has to be a knockout if you get them head first in and their legs are all the way out.
And
Come on.
And they're just like kicking it. Yeah, no, that's 100% KO.
So this is serious. I believe these are two guys that are real. Sean, I'm not joking. I think they're proper jiu-jitsu artists, right? Because I'm artists. They're proper MMA fighters.
Practitioners.
Right? Yeah, practitioners. These are because I'm not a big MMA guy, but they don't look like they're just two guys having a little tussle.
You can.
They're locking in, aren't they?
Yeah, you can straight away tell that they.
Yeah, and it's a 5-minute round that they got, and I would say this looks fun. Knackering though, innit?
So at the moment they're just wrestling around the tire.
Yeah. You got someone that's trying to put their hand into the tire. I've got to fast forward it a bit because obviously we've got to respect YouTube. It's got hectic. It's a couple minutes in.
They're on top of the
tire. They're both on top of the tire. And this is where I can kind of tell they're proper.
Look, he's got points. He's getting points.
Yeah, you can see points on the right.
My man's bum is in the tire.
Yeah.
He's getting points. Oh, interesting. Or maybe you have to be, even if you're on top of the tire, you get the other person on top of the tire.
Well, we'll see. He's got a leg in. Yeah, he's still in, so he's getting points. All right, cool. He's dunked him in.
Wait, how did his points go down?
I think they've started a new round. He's got a certain number of points, so he's got to, I don't know how many, maybe a minute. If you get him in for a minute, start again.
Well, he got to 59.
59.
And then he got a 1 next to his name, so maybe that's like...
Who knows?
1 set to 0.
You can see a big dunk coming up at some point. Oh, God, come on. By the way, Sean.
Oh, yeah, see, it's like when it went 59, then it went to 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's two guys trying to dunk each other into a tire. Right, I'll let you guys find out. We'll put a link in the show description for that if you guys want to watch the rest of it. But, Sean, basically, what I'm saying is I feel like these are sports that we would have invented in the playground if we had enough time. This is a playground sport, innit? This is like when you give kids stones.
It was only because at the end you went, if we had enough time, and I was like, we definitely had enough time.
But I feel like a group of you could give us a stick and a stone, and we'd make baseball out of it at school. Like we'd make a game out of it. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
We'd play until someone got hurt. That was usually games like that, innit?
Until someone like lost an eye, and then we were like, yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that anymore. Yeah. But that's what I've been watching sports.
How did you stumble across the UTW?
Do you know what, Sean? I've got to give full credit to producer Alex, who was like, you know how you guys like Car-Jistu? Have a look at this.
Big up
He
Alex.
said it, Alex,
Big up
man,
Alex.
I had a look and I was like, bruv, this is a bit of me. And I don't know why. I feel like I like watching sports like this a bit more than like blood sports because one, they're new and I feel like they're a bit purer because there's not loads of money in it. I don't feel like anyone's going to take a fall in this game for money. Do you get me?
That would be low.
Yeah, that would be low in it. Like man, slipping man 20 quid to just, bro, dunk your head in the tire for 20 seconds. You get me? But and I just feel like it's new. It is, even though it's silly when you look at it from afar, it's really technical. Like it's really like the Car-Jistu. Like there were techniques that we saw guys inventing on the spot because it's a brand new sport. Yeah, like having their hands prepared, ready on the seatbelt to go.
Yeah, stopping the other person from taking their belt off.
Yeah. But and we noticed these guys were like stiffening their core, using their core to stiffen their body so they couldn't get all the way dunked in. Do you know what I mean?
It adds different facets to already interesting martial arts. I like it, man.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
I'm just intrigued as to what comes next.
Well, this is the thing when I said it got me going down a hole again. I'm not going to play a video and stuff, and you were very good at describing. I wasn't very good because I was getting too excited at the times. But what about stuff like, and there's like an international tag championships. Have you ever watched clips of that?
Yes, I have. Well, that's wild, bro.
Wild.
People are doing flips and they're running through. It's like obstacle courses and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like parkour. And it's parkour, basically.
It's literally parkour tag.
Yeah, parkour tag at its finest. I'm yet to see any tag team games. That would be good, seeing tag team tag.
Bro, can I ask you, have you ever watched, and this is not really away from the blood sport bit, but have you watched the MMA where they have like 3-on-3?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
What is going on there? I've seen ones when there's been like knockouts all over the place as well.
But like 2 people get knocked out on one team and it's like 3 dudes against one. It's just lay into one dude. I'm like,
it's that's what I think. Everyone likes to think like, I'll never go to something that couldn't be lower on my list of things to do because it could go so. Imagine 3 people punching your face
I
at
don't
the
want to get punched in
same
the face
time
by one person.
but 3 punches.
From behind, when you're like, oh, I've got like the guy that you're fighting. You're
I've got
like,
this.
You're like, I've got this, you know. And then like 2 big dollies come from behind you and just like
A flurry of fists.
absolutely, yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to think, what other playground sports could we bring into an international? Because we kind of had Gladiators has done everything like the monkey bars.
what about the knockout game? Could we bring that to? Could we bring that out competitively?
I don't want to describe how to do it out of the goodness of my heart, but how do we make it competitive though? Who can stay knocked out for longer? That is, because there'll be all sorts of controversy because they'll be like, oh, I think he's awake, but he's just pretending right now.
Yeah,
Can't he's
slapping
pretending?
people,
Yeah.
Putting needles in people's like, fingertips. and stuff.
Yeah. Knockout game. I think that's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I was thinking a drinking game that would get dangerous as well, like just shot for shot. Like I would watch that on TV because that could be a long game. That could be a shot every minute, even if it's not like a strong beverage, like a shot of. Because at uni I did a shot of beer like once a minute,
Okay.
for an hour, and it got me. Don't do it. It got me wavy, yeah. But what if there was like 2 professional drinkers and they just had a shot of, like you said, schnapps every minute for an hour? This is the sort of sport where you could go away, have a wee, make a cup of tea, come back, talk to the lads, and it's still going on. Like
Background sports.
yeah,
Interesting.
No, this has gone into extra time, guys. This is 2 hours in. Look at them, and the 2 guys are like, ugh.
Too much snaps.
Yeah. What about Russian roulette? Stay with me.
Okay.
No bullets. So it's like Russian roulette, but it's like a flag comes out the gun and goes bang.
I feel like that would be like playing poker without any stakes at all.
Okay, all right.
Just get a bit silly.
Coke without the fizz. Okay, I get it.
Bro, I've got
No
another
fun.
one. Have you seen any of like the world championship slapping competitions?
I think that's from the same gang. I think
Is it?
yeah.
Those, man. Jeez. People are getting knocked out left, right, and centre in those.
I always have to skip those videos online. You know, you see the videos online and it's some skinny dude with big hands who's clearly like smacked the shit out of everyone, but he's come up against like a final boss. A dude who's like, you can tell the dude is like a foot taller than him, a foot wider than him, and he braces himself for the slap. And then you know how you know it's going to be a messed up video? When there's people on either side of the person who's about to get slapped, ready to catch them, no one on the side of the other person. And you start to see the video and you see like the skinny guy slap him and it looks like it's got lots of momentum and it just goes off the guy's jaw, and then you see the other guy line up and go like, loosen up his shoulders,
And you're like,
just go,
oh, it's going to be a long...
pow! Yeah. Also really dangerous, burst eardrums and all that, because you see them put loads of tissue in their ears and stuff like that to stop them getting burst eardrums and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
It's dangerous, man. Someone's tried to perv it up a little bit. There was a woman's bum slapping competition where they like smack each other's bums till one of them taps out. Perverted, right?
So it's like a spanking competition.
Spanking competition, perverted, right? But then like no one thinks that one, it's going to last so long that both the bottoms are so raw, unless you're into it, that's not, bruv, smack, like, nah, it's long.
No, not about that. I mean, look at the flipping lingerie league that they got in the States.
What's that?
Nah.
What's the lingerie league? I'm not even messing with you.
Bro, in the States, they have a thing called the lingerie league, and it's a women's NFL league. Where, and all the women wear lingerie.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
But it's
I've seen
like
that.
legit. These are legitimate sports women.
I thought it. I didn't know it was called the lingerie league. That's a bit of a cruddy name, but like it's not like you should
I might have
name
made
it
that
something
up,
not crass. But yeah, no, I've seen it where they wear hot pants, but they're actually
Not, they wear hot pants. They wear like
oh
they wear like they were talking like briefs and lingerie and shit. Not briefs, but like not like hot pants.
the one I saw was like they were wearing like tight batty riders and they're like
Maybe
tight
some of them.
tops.
Yeah, maybe some of them. Maybe they change what they wear. But
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, surely this. Like when I first saw it, I was like, surely this can't be legitimate.
Yeah.
It turns out it's legitimate. And I was like, only in America.
Yeah. What's the link to that I'll just research that.
It's in my favourites. 1 second.
Just send that over to me. But
I just couldn't believe that was actually a real thing. I was like,
but it's a legit sport though.
yeah, it's a legitimate sport, man. Like I don't think I'm not sure if there is a professional female NFL league. I think there's only the NFL, and then the female version is
that's
like
messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
not
messed
cool.
up, right?
I don't think there's anything wrong with perving on a sports person playing a sport if the sport isn't designed to be perved on, yeah?
So if you
Because
watch,
I know there was a lot of silence in my house during the men's 100 metres throughout my lifetime growing up. And there was a lot of jokes I didn't get at a young age. Yeah. We're talking granny, mum, sisters,
Perving
yeah.
over
We're
like
talking hearing
Michael
jokes.
Johnson.
Oh, Linford Christie's on. Oh, can't wait to watch. Why is everyone all of a sudden interested in 100 metres for? Oh, Linford Christie. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the slow-mo coming up. I'll be like, we already know who's won. Why are you not watching the slow-mo for? Shut up. Shut up, young man. So there's nothing wrong with that if that's a side effect. However, if it was called like the 100-metre tackle bounce, willy bounce, yeah, I'd have a problem with it. Yeah. So I think the lingerie league's wrong, but if there's a sport where you just so happen because of the sport to look fabulous, you can't pervers be
Sometimes
pervers,
you
man.
can't help looking
Yeah.
fabulous. Fair play.
I think netball's one of those sports because they have to be quite strong, so they're quite muscular. They don't wear much because you don't want sand getting in all over the place, I
Wait,
presume.
volleyball you're talking about?
What did I say?
Netball.
Netball, sorry, volleyball. Yeah, that's it.
Volleyball, like beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball.
Yeah, beach volleyball would be one because people don't wear too
Stuff.
much, innit?
Yeah, the guys don't wear much. The women don't wear much. When they do wear stuff, it's quite tight a lot. So yeah, I think
I think there was a team actually who
you think yeah,
rebelled. No.
Okay, go on.
No, I think there was a team who they didn't want to wear what was the uniform that was given to them.
All right.
And for that reason, because it was too
Too revealing.
I believe.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I thought it was like a choice. People wore that because it was like, you know, like how cyclists or certain swimmers wear certain things like a
yeah.
cap to like make it more streamlined. I thought you didn't want sand getting all over the place, so you wanted to wear like tight pants because nobody wants sand all up in their groin or their ass crack. So
I don't know. I've never heard anyone say that that's what they want.
Yeah, that's what they're into. Yeah. So I'd presume you'd wear something that's like hermetically seals your body from everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But like I said, if it's a side effect and you're perving on someone, that's cool. But if they design the sport for the pervage, I don't know how I feel about that, man.
Because I'm
Just call it
guessing,
what it is, isn't it?
like, are people tuning in to watch NFL
Yeah.
or they're just tuning in to perv?
Exactly.
If you tune in to watch a sport and there's a side dish of perving,
Yeah, that's
then
all right.
I'm like, alright,
Yeah.
cool. But if it's like,
A main course of perving with a side course of sporting interest. Not there for
happy
it.
with that.
Yeah.
Not happy with that.
I mean, people do it with all sports. I know that Joshua gets a lot of love. Like, you know, a current boxer who's had a very interestingly short boxing match. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, AJ. Love it. In fact, you know what? I even get some grays. Like after he's had a fight, if I get my arms out, people are like, easy, AJ, you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah,
love it.
You know, man, what can I say, man? It's the Nigerian heritage, bro. You get me. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been doing to kill time, Sean. This week, watching random sports like that, and I feel like this isn't going to be the end of it because I'm loving it, bro.
I better not be the end of it. Well, otherwise we'll have to reach out to PLN.
Do you know what though? I wouldn't mind commentating on a sport like that. Like I've done an out there sport before. I've done electronic scooter championships.
I remember that.
And that was so cool. Getting into like it was wacky, innit, at the start, innit? Because you hear about it, you're like, see e-scooters, yeah, let's get them going at 100 kilometers an hour. So you're like, what? So sports like that, I'm into, man. I'm definitely into them. So yeah, I'll keep my eye out for those. Right, Sean. So stories of the week. Before we press record, you said you weren't sure. You said you want me to handle this for you this week, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what I got for you, man. We didn't even do our special jingle. Stories.
I don't know how it goes. How's it go?
It's like that catchphrase, isn't it? What's it from Nike? Get it done. Flip, yeah.
Do
man.
it now.
Did we speak about marrying AI when I last spoke to you? Somebody married AI?
Yes,
I did.
you did.
All right,
Is there an update? Or is there a...
There isn't an update. No. Right, Sean. We can do a poopy one, or we can do a F the police style one.
All right, let's leave the poopy one because there was already poopy talk at the beginning.
Okay, cool. So, in this true story, which is loading on my phone, come on, internet, come on, baby. Yeah, in this true story, I'll give you the headline while it loads though. Kangaroo punches Fed. That's right, Sean. An escaped kangaroo is captured after punching a Canadian officer. This is a real story. A kangaroo that escaped its handlers during a transport to a new home was captured on Monday east of Toronto after a weekend in the wild, but not before delivering a punch in the face to one of the officers who brought their run to an end. A female kangaroo hopped over the handlers late on Thursday during a rest stop at the I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Oshawa Zoo and Fun Farm in Ontario. The park supervisor told the head keeper, this is what the park's head keeper said. Videos have emerged on social media of the marsupial who was born in captivity running along roads at about 37 miles, I thought it was going to be per hour, east of Toronto. Officers on the patrol spotted the kangaroo around 3 a.m. on Monday in a rural property. They tried to apprehend it by grabbing it by the tail. Now, I'm going to suggest any animal you try and grab, don't grab them by the tail. Even a man, I'd say don't grab them by the tail to capture them. I'd say that's going to cause fight or flight. Like if someone tried to grab your tail, Sean, you know, I believe you're going to do everything. You're going to be like the guy in the joke. His one arm's going to be swinging clockwise. One arm's going to be swinging anti-clockwise. The head won't be going up and down. It'll be going, no. So they grabbed it by its tail. And I'm sure you can imagine how grabbing a kangaroo by its tail.
So just turn around and just box the Fed in his nose.
I think
that's what I'm hoping for. Well,
apparently they grabbed it by its tail as instructed. Apparently that's how you're meant to go. I don't know. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? But yeah, it turned around and punched one of the officers in the face. Because that's what they do. They actually box, don't they?
They do box. I've seen a few kangaroo versus like a guy.
Have you seen the one where the kangaroo was beating up the man's dog and he ran up to it and gave it a firm right hook?
Yes.
And the kangaroo fucked off.
Yeah. It was like, nah.
I'm buying him a beer every time I see him, that guy. Because he didn't do it out of meanness to animals. He was saving his dog.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't dish out more than the fair amount of justice.
But he gave him one stiff right hook. And then the kangaroo just went, nah, fuck it. And bounced.
Yeah. Bounced. Hey!
Skip town.
Yeah, skip town. Oh, man. Oh, gosh, man. That was heavy.
A few more in the pouch.
Okay. Right. So it's something that he and his platoon mates will be remembering for the rest of their... I don't know why I go Australian. It's something that he and his platoon mates will be remembering for the rest of their careers, is what the officer said. To be fair, if someone got punched in the face by a kangaroo, I think we're gonna have to christen them with a kangaroo-based nickname for the rest of their life. At least we're just gonna call them kangaroo, right? Imagine one of our mates. You know who we're thinking of. You know who it is. If he got punched by a kangaroo, we've got to call him Roo.
Skippy.
Something, yeah. Go on, Pouch. Skip. Yeah, all right, let's skip. Let's bounce. You get me? You get me? Right. So anyway, the poor kangaroo was on route
so the kangaroo. See, this is what I understand, right? The kangaroo has escaped, punched someone in the face, and they're like the victim in the story. Oh, poor kangaroo.
The poor kangaroo.
That's sore knuckles.
Iced it, had an ice bath, which was en route to the zoo in Quebec, received medical treatment and will stay in the zoo for a few days of rest.
What happened to the... He just has to get back. He just has to...
Oh, got sore hand. We're going to keep her here for a little while longer and let her rest up and make sure she's safe, is what the owner of the park said. So yeah, Sean, sometimes animals...
Do you reckon if it was a male kangaroo, he would have got arrested?
If it was a male kangaroo, I think the police might have whipped out some batons and absolutely smacked the shit out of it. That's what might have happened. They'd have smacked the shit out of it. But because this guy was like obviously a misogynist in it, so he's like, "Oh, I'll let you off, you little bitch." Knowing he would have got smacked up by the kangaroo, yeah, I'll let her off. Yeah. If it was a guy, they might have just opened fire.
They've become Australian again.
Kangaroos are Australian. All right, I've got a super quick one for you, right? This is not a innuendo, right? A man is caught trying to smuggle 3 huge pythons across the border in his trousers. Yeah. And a 4th one as well, apparently. A man has admitted trying to smuggle 3 pythons across the US-Canadian border, I'm going to hold back an Australian accent, by concealing them in his trousers. His name is Calvin Bautista.
I thought his name is MC Hammer.
His name is Calvin Klein. His name is Calvin Batista. Not like Batista, but similar. 38. He'd hidden the snakes in bags and tied a drawstring He put them in bags and then put them inside his trousers, basically, before boarding a bus from Montreal to New York City. The resident had bought these Burmese pythons, which were discovered in his clothing by US Customs officers. They cost $2,500, apparently. So that's what he was sneaking in his trousers. On Wednesday, he admitted to attempting to smuggle snakes into the country. Now, he's been fined way more than what the snakes were worth, which is good. I'm just saying, snakes in your trees.
Did he do it so that when they asked him, are you concealing anything? He could just like go, couple of trouser snakes for you, and they're like, no need for that, sir.
So,
didn't lie.
Honestly, Your Honour, in a court of law, I told them what I had. I wasn't aware that they were illegal at the time. I said I had a couple of trouser snakes. They smirked. I thought, okay. I smirked back. There you go. Oh man, it's like people like going into a club that are like carrying stuff that they shouldn't, and they're like, have you got anything in your bag? I might do. And the bouncers go, well, now we've got to search you in it. So it's not that funny, bro. Don't crack jokes. But yeah, the creatures, poor things, they were enclosed in 3 separate socks and fastened inside the man's boxers, and they were suspected to have been purchased from a dodgy little shop which sells snakes. They don't want to say where it is because obviously we'll be going down there if we fancy some snakes. But however bizarre, this incident paled by comparison to a similar occurrence the year before at the same airport when 2 women were apprehended attempting to travel to India with over 100 live animals concealed in their luggage. Now, I'm not saying they should be given...
So many questions.
I'm not saying they should be given a Guinness Book of World Records certificate for the most number of illegal animals attempt to take the most number of animals out the country illegally in luggage. But I've got to say, if there was... they gotta be contenders. Over 100 animals in their luggage. And I have got that article and I will share it with you on a future episode. There you go. There you go, Sean. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, man. Story wise, kept it nice and tight. But yeah, I don't have any like I thought that was like out of the window, just wanting to have cool exotic animals. I feel like that's like a 90s villain trope. In a movie, in an action movie, the villain always has like a super deadly snake or a piranha or something like that. Do you feel like people want exotic animals anymore?
It depends, because I saw something semi-recently that in the Arab world, like having exotic big cats is still very much a thing.
Oh yeah, we've seen guys that are clearly very well off doing those things where they have friends that are scared of big animals, so they'll like ask their lion to jump in the pool and swim after a mate, and you see their mate kind of jump out the pool or struggle to get out of the whatever. But yeah, having big cats is a thing.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's like a status thing or
it's a rich person thing, isn't it? It's a rich person thing because 1, expensive. I'm
guessing so. 2,
now that you're rich, every animal is easy to acquire, isn't it? Because it's the normal thing, like for normal animals are where we would struggle amongst other things is price, innit? They cost a lot. I know certain dogs cost like $1,000 or $2,000, innit? Do you know what I mean? Lion, I don't know how much they cost, bruv, but a lot. And also feeding it, it's not going to eat a little bit of friggin' cat food, is it?
I think I mean it will, but it will just eat
very angrily. Yeah.
No, but it's like I don't know. It's I think for me it's like the thing about them not being in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't want to be chilling in your living room.
No. It'd be bored. And also,
it might do. It might be a lazy lion being like, actually, speak for yourself.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sean.
L-shaped sofa is comfy.
Underfloor heating. Come on, don't get that in a desert.
Lunch just gets brought to me.
What?
Like,
come on. Yeah, I just
calling his mates, being like, "You idiots!" Like having to go and hunt for your food.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
Yeah, get with the times.
Oh yeah, cool. Have you heard of this thing called overweight? I didn't think so. Feels good. But honestly, like from a selfish point of view, I don't think I could be in a room with an animal I know could tear me in half if it felt like it, and ever be comfortable. Because it has happened before, and it will happen again. Those animals can just have a bad day.
And
they don't understand.
The same can go with pets as well, like dogs and stuff.
100%.
But when you have like a dog that's like 20 kilos or 15 kilos compared to like a lion, which is probably substantially heavier than that.
Especially, and dogs that have been domesticated for many generations. Lion, not
so much.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm. Yeah, it's like someone. It's like someone went jump into that pool with that great white there. I'd be like, nah, you all right, mate?
Yeah.
I'm very much going to stay on this dry land.
He's Sean, he's friendly. I've known him since I was young. Like, trust me, we took him straight out to sea. He's never been in
He
captivity.
might bite you playfully, but you know, but it's playful. He probably won't hurt.
They don't even like the taste of humans. You know that they take the first bite a lot of the time and they leave the rest because they don't actually like the taste of
you'll be
humans.
fine.
No, no, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, so I find it a bit wild. Yeah, man. I'll just like, look, I've got a pet jellyfish. Do you want to swim next to it?
I'm not proud of this. But when I went traveling, I got roped along with some of the people I was traveling with at the time, and we went to like one of these tiger parks.
Yeah.
And I kept like asking the guy, because beforehand I said, look, I don't want to go anywhere. Same, I went to Elephant Sanctuary before, but I did a lot of research because I didn't want to go anywhere where the animals were not being treated well.
There are ones where they treat them a little bit, or they treat them much better than other ones, isn't it? There's ones where the elephants are happy.
There's ones where they're actually sanctuaries for these, and the other ones where they call them like sanctuaries, but they're just tourist traps, and they don't treat the animals well. But yeah, I went and did the thing where you like stroke the tiger or whatever and chill with it and whatnot. And I was like, I was asking one of the guys, I was like, so is this thing tranquilized or not? And he's like, no, we feed them. Like before they come and do this, we feed them a lot. So they're literally like, they got like food coma. He was like, that's the best way I can put it. They're so full right now. They're just like chilling. And I remember the thing that you had to do was don't like stroke it as you would stroke a dog or something like that. Because he's like, because they're so big and they're much more thick skinned and stuff, that actually tickles them. So you have to be like really firm. He's like hit it like you'd be like, you know, you're patting a large cat that can tear you apart.
I think I might pass.
Yeah, it was one of the things I did, and then afterwards I was like, I didn't really. Yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah, I just find them enormous and like scary. And do you know what I do like? I've done like the wildlife reserves. There's like even like safaris and stuff like that in the UK where you just drive around and then you go and see the animals. And I saw, where was I?
I haven't done that.
There's a few all over the UK. Like, obviously, there's the monkey ones and stuff like that. May I suggest if you do it, go in another friend's car because the monkeys can fuck up your car, bruv. Like, I was fine, but they started battering the car in front of me. They like pulled the windscreen wipers off.
Yeah,
I don't know what. I think someone did something like flipped one of the monkeys off, and they got really upset because once one of them started piling in on it, the others did, and then I think that was it. There were wolves and a lion. And I don't know whether they'd just been fed. Or was it a bear and some wolves? But
were they just chilling?
They were having an altercation when I was driving. So
they were having an altercation.
Excuse me, sir. I think that is my carcass, is what happened. Yeah. So yeah, they started warring each other, which is quite interesting. But yeah. Anyway, Sean, look, we must go now. I've really enjoyed the show as per usual. Please keep following us on Facebook. Please keep following us on YouTube. Shout out to those that are watching the full episodes on YouTube, sending us that they're loving it. Keep listening to the podcast. Find us on X, Insta, wherever. I'm at Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy, at How to Kill an Hour as well. Where can we find you, Sean?
I'm a ghost, man. I'm just a ghost.
We got some things to eat and drink before we do our next episode, Sean.
Interesting.
If you're up for it, yeah. So look forward to that. Also have some tech, have some car stuff as well, and maybe some gaming stuff too as well. So stick around for that.
All sounds exciting, bro.